Hello. Right, on this tutorial I am going to show you how to use this tool here, which is the wand select tool. I've already got my canvas set up with a white background. If you don't know how to do that, go back and watch my tutorial explaining how to just set this up initially. Okay, right, we're going to need an image to work from. So I'm going to go to File and Stock Search. You can put your own image into PIXLR for this by clicking on Open Image from files that you already have on your computer. Open Image URL, which will allow you to take a URL from Google search images, for example, and post it in. Or I'm going to cheat and just use the stock images that are already here. So I'll just choose the first one that it comes up with. It gives me the option as to what size I want to make it. I'm just going to click on the one they recommend for now and click Apply. Just give it a minute while it thinks through what it's trying to do. Okay, so you can now see I've got my image within PIXLR and I can now start to play around with it. So the wand select tool. If you click on this, this is a really useful tool because what it allows you to do is select a specific colour within your image. So if you want to take away a colour within your work, this is a really good way to do that. You've got some different options up here. This one is for new selection, which is what we're going to start with. And you can also adjust what's called your tolerance and your feathering, which I'll show you the difference between that as we go through. So I'm going to start by saying I want to collect all the blue, and I'm just going to hold my tool over where the blue is, and you can see that it will have automatically selected all of the blue that is that shade where I first clicked. It won't have got everything, it's not perfect, but it gives you that option. And what I can do really easily now is I can just hit delete and it will remove it all for me. If you ever remove something you don't want or do something you don't want to do, press Ctrl Z and it will undo what you've just done, which is a very useful tool. So that will select all of the colour initially. Like I said, tolerance gives you some options. So if you increase your tolerance and I go back and select that area again, you'll see that it's selected more of the blue. This is because it's not being as specific to that exact shade of blue that I clicked on. It's gone, okay, we'll take some of the lighter, the darker blue, and we'll take that away for you as well, Becca. So again, I can hit delete and it will remove most of that for me. Control Z, undo, brings it back. If I wind the tolerance kind of back down to what it was initially, which was around 30, feathering is quite interesting. So when you first click on a shape, you can see you've got some quite kind of crisp lines here. If I increase the feathering and then click it again, they become a little bit looser, so it won't be as defined. You won't have as sharp lines that it's selecting for you. That's probably easier to see maybe on the flowers. So you can see here, this is it on feathering for 44, so it's kind of a bit globully, technical word there. Whereas if I turn the feathering down and I click on it again, you can see it's a much sharper line. So feathering, think of it as kind of almost smoothing out the edges. So it's going to select a broader area that's a little bit sort of, yeah, curvier than perhaps if you've got your feathering very low, and it's going to be much more specific. Okay. So this tool is really useful, like I said, for you guys cutting things away, for removing areas of an image that perhaps you just don't want to look at or you want to obscure from your viewer. So bear this in mind when you're taking your photographs if there's anything that you want to kind of edit in that way.